So I know it's been a hot minute since I've talked about football. But here's what I think the AFC North, the condition it's in right now. Now, last year, if you look at it, Baltimore won that division by default. Okay, I mean, Cincinnati and Cleveland both had their starting quarterbacks out. And the Steelers, I mean, come on. They were shuffling between Mitch Trubisky, which, by the way, I don't know why Pittsburgh ever even took him on the team. There was a reason Chicago got rid of him. That was a stupid move on their part. I mean, I knew right away when they said, well, that was a horse shit pick. So you had Mitch Trubisky and Kenny Pickett, who Kenny Pickett had a good 3-4 game stretch, but he's not the future. I mean, hence that's why they're getting Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. So, which by the way, they might actually be a factor now, but they also still have Mike Tomlin. So we all know how that goes year in and year out. So, so Baltimore, after last year, I'm sorry, no one's afraid of them anymore. I can never take Baltimore seriously again after last year. I mean, Lamar Jackson is 2-4 in games that count. Yeah, he's great in the regular season. So is Dak Prescott. So is Josh Allen. By the way, Bills fans, I'm sorry, Josh Allen ain't the answer either. He cannot perform on the stage. That's been proven. What has he lost, like 4 times to the Chiefs in a row? And every time he gets in a big game, I mean, we did it to him. We beat him in Buffalo, or the Bengals. And so, if you look at it, Baltimore should have won the Super Bowl last year. But, you know, Lamar Jackson and the team, once again, shit the bed at home in a huge game. I mean, they put up 10 points. 10 points. And don't get it twisted. I think the NFL is all about the Chiefs, just like they were about the Patriots in their prime. But that doesn't take away the fact that Lamar Jackson just can't perform on a big stage. It's been proven. I mean, what was it? He did this a few years ago, back, in 2021, I think it was, or 2020? He lost at home to Ryan fucking Tannehill. Okay? And this year, well, yeah, they beat the Texans. Okay, well, you beat the Texans. What the fuck's that saying? I know C.J. Stroud, but you guys got to understand, C.J. Stroud, we're not going to know for sure for at least another year or two if he's really that good. You got to understand, when new quarterbacks come in the league, 9 out of 10 times they always look decent because nobody has seen them before. Nobody has seen their style of play, so it takes a while to figure it out. Hence, we've seen this before. RG3, that was a one-year wonder. And Michael Vick, you get the point. But, so, yeah, and the Bengals last year, basically they didn't have Joe Burrow all year. And when they did have him, he was recovering from an injury. So, he was not normal all year. I said that 2 games into the season. I said, this is just not their year. I can see it. So, the AFC North is going to be real tough, like it always is. But Baltimore had it. I mean, Baltimore's a good regular season team. Nobody is denying that. But in the big stage, they can't perform. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. The only team that has really dethroned Kansas City is the Bengals. I mean, like I said, Josh Allen can't do it. Lamar Jackson can't do it. Joe Burrow has been the only one that has actually beat the Chiefs when it really mattered. And they should have beat them 2 years in a row. But, you know, the NFL officials and their bullshit took care of that. We should have beat the Chiefs twice in a row. Everybody knows that. We should have beat them back-to-back AFC Championship games. We all know that. But, so that being said, that's why I still believe in Joe Burrow, and that's why I still believe when the Bengals are healthy, they're a problem. Now, thank God, during the draft, they finally got some offensive tackles and some defensive. Well, they need to get some defensive players, but they got a good running back now, good offensive tackles. They need to stay healthy, but I'm sorry, Lamar Jackson is not the answer. Like I said, after last year, it's like what Nobody's going to take him seriously anymore. Yeah, sure, go 14-2, 14-3 in the regular season, but what good does it do if you shit the bed in the big stage? And that's what Lamar Jackson does. And anybody that knows football knows Lamar Jackson. Listen, he's had his time, he's had his chance, and he's shit the bed multiple times. They let Kansas City get in the Super Bowl, and Kansas City ultimately won it. But I know Patrick Mahomes has won 3, but 2 of them were against fucking Kyle Shanahan. I mean, God, come on. There's a reason Cleveland got rid of him. And the third one, they played Jalen Hurts. And I'm not taking anything away from Kansas City. They're a great team. Absolutely. Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. But I told you guys before, the Bengals can compete with anybody. And if they stay healthy, they're going to be a problem. Like I said, we should have beat the Chiefs twice. Everybody knows that. But it didn't happen, so whatever. Because the NFL referees, they got to make sure Patrick Mahomes is in, because that's, just like this year. I mean, it's painfully obvious the NFL's fixing games. It's obvious. I mean, I find it weird that Baltimore kills every single team during the whole season, and in the playoffs, and all of a sudden they play the Chiefs and they forget how to play. No, I'm not buying it. But that doesn't change the fact that Lamar Jackson he can't perform in a big game. He's proven it. And as far as the other teams, like I said, Bills fans, I'm sorry. Josh Allen's great in a regular season, but so was Andy Dalton. You know what Lamar Jackson is? He's a black Andy Dalton. Just slightly better in the regular season. At least Lamar Jackson won a couple playoff games, I guess. But you get the point. Dak Prescott, he was a fluke. He ain't going to do nothing. I don't know. The fact that the Cowboys are keeping him is just laughable. Just goes to show you, Jerry Jones, you're losing it. I'm sorry. And Buffalo, Josh Allen, if it were up to me, that'd be it. Because he can't perform in a big stage either. So, Justin Herbert with the Chargers, even though I think a lot of that was on Stanley or Stampley, whatever the hell his name was. But I think the Chargers, they were a fluke too. So, that's why I think the AFC North is in. Like I said, Baltimore won it by default. You had Pittsburgh bouncing between 3 quarterbacks. And the Browns and Bengals both have their starting quarterback out. And the Browns were actually worse because Nick Chubb was out too. So, they won that division by default. So, hope you guys are doing good. That's what my thoughts are on the AFC North and what the situation is. But, yeah, we'll just have to see what happens this year. But Super Bowl's in New Orleans. And let's see what happens. By the way, yeah, my Chicago Bulls suck. I mean, that was a given. Even if they would have gotten the playoffs, it wouldn't have mattered. They would have got their ass kicked by the Celtics. Billy Donovan needs to be fired. But anyway, that's another video. You guys take care. Talk to you soon.